Okay, 4.2, day one, we're going to add, subtract, and multiply polynomials. And we've done most of this before, so it will be a review. Okay, for the first one, we're going to review adding polynomials. We're going to simplify. We're going to put the answer in standard form where possible. Remember, standard form is from highest degree to lowest degree. Okay, we're going to do two methods just to give you some options. The first one's the vertical method. The vertical method, you line the like terms up vertically. So I'm doing 3x squared plus 7x minus 1. I want to add x squared minus 4. So I'm going to line the x squared and the minus 4 under the like terms of the other polynomial. So the x squared I'm going to put here, minus 4 is going to go here. And then if you add down, I have 3x squared plus x squared. So that's 4x squared plus 7x, and then minus 1 minus 4 is minus 5. Okay, if you don't want to line them up vertically, you can still do this horizontally. Since we're adding, it's not going to change any of the signs, so I can just look for like terms. So negative x squared plus 3x squared is 2x squared. Negative 5x minus 8x is negative 13x. And then 4 plus 9 is 13. Okay, for the next example, we're going to subtract polynomials. Okay, to subtract polynomials, you're going to distribute the negative, then combine the like terms. You're going to put in the standard form when possible. We're going to do vertical and horizontal again. Now, you do need to be careful because if there's a subtraction sign, the negative is going to get distributed when I line it up. So this is now going to be a negative 2y squared. And I'm lining it up under the like terms. And then negative 5y makes positive 5y. And then negative 3 makes it positive 3. Okay, now I can go ahead and combine my like terms down. Y squared minus 2y squared is negative y squared, or negative 1y squared. 4y plus 5y is positive 9y, and 2 plus 3 is positive 5. Okay, now you don't have to do it vertically, you can do it horizontally, you just have to be careful with your negative sign and your like terms again. So I am subtracting, so I'm going to distribute the negative. Negative 2y squared is positive, or positive 2x squared, I should say. And then negative 6 is negative 6. Okay, now I can still combine the like terms. I have the 5x squared and the 2x squared, which is 7x squared. I have the 4x, and the 4x has no like term, so I'm going to keep it 4x. And then the minus 1 and the minus 6 give me minus 7. Okay, the method you choose is up to you. Just be really careful with your like terms and then your positives and your negatives. Okay, now we're going to multiply polynomials. And most of you either distribute or use the box method, and you can still use whichever method you prefer. Okay, I'm going to distribute for the first one. I'm doing 5x minus 3 times 2x plus 4. There's no plus or minus in the middle. They're touching, so they're being multiplied. So 5x times 2x, 10x to the second. 5x times 4, 20x. And then go ahead and distribute the next term in the binomial, which is the minus 3. Minus 3 times 2, minus 6x. Minus 3 times 4, minus 12. Combine any like terms. 20x minus 6x is 14x. And I'll bring down the minus 12. Okay, let's try the next one. Distributing. Negative 5x squared times x squared is negative 5. X squared times x squared, I add the exponents and I get x to the fourth. Minus 20x squared plus 3x squared. 3 times 4, 12. Okay, if there's like terms, I'm going to combine them. Okay, negative 20x squared plus 3x squared, those are like terms, so that's going to be negative 17x squared. And since I'm adding, I do not change the exponents. I'm just counting up how many x squareds I have. Okay, this is standard form. It goes from highest degree to lowest degree. Okay, distributing is great. If you prefer the box method, you could also do the box method, okay? Let's do this. 2x plus 7 times 3x minus 5. Multiply. 2x times 3x is 6x to the second. 7 times 3x is 21x. Negative 5 times 2x is negative 10x. And then negative 5 times 7 is negative 35. Standard form, so I'm going to put the 6x squared first. Like terms, I have 21x minus 10x, which is 11x. And then we have the minus 35. Okay, and if you distribute, you would get the same answer. Okay, let's do one more box method to remind people who are rusty. Okay, x squared minus 3, doesn't matter which side you put each binomial on either. Multiplication is commutative. So if I do 5 times 3, that's the same as 3 times 5. Okay, 2x times x squared is 2x to the third. 2x times negative 3, negative 6x. Negative 5x squared, positive 15. Okay, let's put this in standard form. So highest exponent, 2x to the third. Next, negative 5x squared, negative 6x, and positive 15. There's no like terms, but I did put it in standard form. The example 4 is special products. We're still multiplying. You can do box method, you can do distributive method, because these are a special product, sometimes you can do it without showing work. So I'm going to go ahead and distribute this the long way. A minus b times a plus b. A times a is a squared. A times b is ab. B times a is ba or ab minus b times minus b squared. Okay, a squared, the ab and the minus ab cancel. Minus b squared. So this is called a difference of squares because I get a squared. Difference is minus b squared. So if it's of this format, a minus b times a plus b, your answer is always going to look like this. So you could sometimes skip a step in order to get that answer. So let's look at this. This is 5x plus 3 times 5x minus 3. I can, of course, distribute it or box method it, or I can do a difference of squares. If I want to skip straight to the answer, I do a squared. A is this times this. So if I do 5x times 5x, I get 25x squared. And it's going to be minus. And then I have b squared. So it's this times this. So 3 times negative 3 is minus 9. And that's my answer. And I don't have to show work if I recognize that it is a difference of squares. Okay, now how about the square of a binomial? So a plus b squared is not the same as this thing. It's actually much more, well, a little bit more complicated. Let's do it the long way, and then we can look at the answer. Okay, a plus b squared is actually a plus b times a plus b. So that's a squared plus ab plus ba, which I'll write as ab plus b squared, which is a squared plus ab is 2ab's plus b squared. So even though this looks easier, it actually has a more complicated answer. Okay, now some people like to figure out the pattern for this so that they don't have to multiply it out every time, and you're welcome to do that as well. Okay, the first term is going to be a squared. What's a? A is this thing right here. So if I do x squared, I get x squared. Okay, now the middle term is 2ab. So I'm going to do 2a. What's b? B is the negative 4. So it's 2 times this times this. So 2 times x times 4, that's negative 8x. Okay, the last term is going to be b squared. B is this number, including the negative sign. So if I do negative 4 squared, I get positive 16. Okay, now some people like to go straight from here to here. You're welcome to do it. But if you don't remember or you're not confident, just write it out twice and multiply it. Okay, go ahead and try the practice problems. Be careful because they're mixed up. Check your answers when you're ready and use whichever method is the easiest for you. When you're done, go ahead and check your answers on the calendar.